fellow humans. My name is Breezy and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be studying understanding and interacting with others with an emphasis on perspective taking. Some people might not realize the importance of perspective taking, but it's kind of a big deal. There's different ways we can take other people's perspectives, but there's also different steps in order to get to those different ways. First of all, we need to have an awareness of perspective. You know, your perspective might not be the only perspective on a certain topic out there. Crazy, I know, but that's the way it is. So, we need to be aware that there are other perspectives on that topic. And in order to do this, we can go about it in different activities. Our first activity for the day is the activity known as seeing things differently. In this activity, we can split up people into different groups and give each group a somewhat varying picture of the same object or scene that each group is going to have. Each group is going to explain what they see in that picture. So, for example, we have this picture here. What is this? I don't know. Let's take a perspective on it. We see that there's two eyes that look terrified. I don't know why they're terrified, but this human is scared. Maybe they forgot to study for a test that they realize they have in the morning. And yeah, I'd be scared too. But when we see this picture, we realize we have a very different perspective on it now. Instead of two terrified eyes, we see it's just Harrison Ford in his old age with a beard, giving a thumbs up to the camera. See, seeing different things from different angles can give you a very different perspective. That's why this activity is good to use in a classroom. Now, we have another activity we can use in order to create an awareness of perspective. We can use the activity known as Draw What You See, where a word is presented and each person draws what they think about when they see that word. So let's say, for example, use the word squirrels. Now, some people might draw a cute little fluffy animal, little woodland creature that climbs on the trees and has little nuts and is just cute and you like, it's your spirit animal and you love squirrels. But not everybody has that perspective on squirrels. Some people might see a crazy little rodent who you just know is up in the trees waiting to attack you with its lifetime supply of ammunition, also known as acorns, and it's not a good scene for you. Two very differing perspectives, if I do say so myself. Now, after we become aware of differing perspectives, we can take a little bit deeper of a dive and analyze these perspectives. In order to analyze different perspectives, there is a 5-question step that we can do. First of all, step number 1, we identify a position on a controversial subject, or answer the question, what do I believe? So what is my perspective? Let's take the subject, ketchup versus mustard. I think it's a big deal subject. What do I personally believe? I personally believe that ketchup is the king of condiments, and that mustard is far inferior to ketchup. Now, number 2, determine the reasoning behind this position. So, why do I believe this? Why do I believe that ketchup is so much better than mustard? A, because it's super sweet and super good. And just like, look at the color. It's red and just vibrant, and it just screams joy and comfort and just everything good in the world. Now, mustard is like this weird, gross yellow that it's not very appetizing. Who wants to eat that when you could have ketchup? And then we have number 3 on perspective analysis, identifying an opposing position. What would be a differing opinion to the one I take? I guess maybe some people might like mustard better than ketchup. I don't know why, but that's just an opinion that other people might have. So maybe my opinion is just a little bit different than a lot of other people's. I don't know. And then we go to step number 4, which is describing the reasoning behind the opposing position. Answering the question, why might someone hold that opinion? Why might somebody like mustard better than ketchup? Or maybe not necessarily like it better, but not hold ketchup on as high of a pedestal that maybe I might. Well, I guess there could be 2 different reasons to that. Maybe in some crazy, strange accident, this person who likes mustard better than ketchup lost all sense of taste and cannot taste the full glory of ketchup. And so maybe they like yellow better. So they're like, oh, mustard is better than ketchup because it's yellow, even though can't taste it. But, okay, maybe there might be another reason why they have that perspective. Maybe they actually like the tangy, weird, bitter taste of mustard over the sweet, vibrant red of ketchup. I don't know why, but maybe that's why, or maybe they do. Number 5 in analyzing perspectives is when finished summarizing this opinion or other person's perspective, you create a deeper understanding of the topic or the subject. So you answer the question, what have I learned about analyzing this perspective, taking my perspective and looking at other perspectives and seeing the conflict in between the two. Maybe I've learned that ketchup isn't the king of all condiments and that I shouldn't just assume that everybody likes ketchup better because some people might like mustard better. It's not the opinion I have, but now I'm aware and I've analyzed a little bit of why people might have a different opinion than mine. Moving on, we see that there are other ways to explore other perspectives. I'm going to go through this real quickly, but we got number 1, parallel thinking. This is when you have a whole group together examine different perspectives of an issue one at a time. Number 2, we have cooperative learning, where all students get to voice their opinions and explain themselves in different activities that develop self-awareness, self-control, self-motivation, empathy, and relationships. I think cooperative learning is great. Everybody gets to voice their own opinions. Everybody gets to have that awareness of other perspectives, which my perspective is that this is a great learning tool in the classroom. And everybody gets to say what they need to say, and everyone can analyze those different perspectives and maybe grow a little bit and learn more about that subject by hearing other people's perspectives. And then we have number 3, the third way of exploring other perspectives, which is maybe having a connection to the community or environment around you. So this is when students work together to benefit their community and develop their own points of view about social issues happening around them. So this is when you can go out and have like a green project and plant a garden and explore the environment and then maybe work in a soup kitchen and see all the different ways that people are living and you get to develop a new perspective on things. Maybe you realize that, oh, you've been taking your life for granted and that you need to really accept and really just like realize that you have so many good things when maybe some other people are struggling a little bit more. Or some other different perspective you could take. Now, at the end of this lesson, we need to ask ourselves some important questions. These are the questions that you're really going to have to think about. Really dive in and get to know what you think about these different things and what's your perspective on this. And why are perspectives even important? Number 1, we have the question, how does understanding your students' perspectives affect you as their teacher? And then we have number 2. How can you incorporate perspective taking in your classroom? How can you get that lesson of perspective taking in your classroom so that your students can get to know each other's perspectives? And then number 3 kind of builds off of number 2. How will you understand, or how will understanding their classmates' perspectives help your students learn? How is it going to benefit them in any way? These are the questions you really need to think about. And this here ends our lesson for the day. Thank you and see you next time on Breezy Breeze channel.